Well, UFC London just wrapped up. That was a card. It was definitely a UFC Fight Night card. Like it wasn't that bad, but not a single knockout. What the fuck, man? Not a single one. But I'm just glad Leon the Bum Edwards got subbed. Thank God. This dude thinking he deserved a title shot off of this win if he had won. Fuck that. All right, that would have been a terrible title shot. This dude needed a win streak at least, and he got dominated. Maybe he won the first round off slightly outdoing Brady, but Brady struggled to get the takedowns in round one while they were dry. But then rounds 2, 3, and 4 got the takedowns at will, lifted him up, threw him down just like Bilal did. Brady really took his blueprint, did exactly what Bilal did, nonstop forward pressure, not allowing Leon to think. And yeah, he just overworked his brain, didn't allow him to counter-strike and play it safe and plotty like he usually does. It was pretty boring, but Brady was landing ground and pound consistently, and you can't say the fight was boring if he gets the finish. He got the finish. I picked Brady. I picked Carlos. Easy predictions. All right, I went like 9-3, 9-4 or something. Decent. I think this card was pretty good for underdogs. There was a few good underdog picks. Molly the McCann. Dude, thank God she retired. She's so fucking bad, alright? I'm sorry, man. She's so bad. You're losing to a debuter on short notice. Oh my God, man. The meatball sub got subbed, alright? Yeah, that was the card, man. Not many other big fights. Like we had fun fights. It wasn't a boring card. Just no knockouts, Kevin Holland arguably should have got the first round finish over Gunnar Nelson. There was like 3 seconds left. If there was another 5 seconds, he would have got it, but the ref gave Gunnar Nelson every chance to recover. What else? Kavana, Loener, he had a good fight. He had a good performance. Lost the first round, came back and won the next two against Dos Santos. What else? The Nathan Fletcher fight was fun. I thought he should have won. I thought Nathan Fletcher should have won on damage. Whatever the other kid's name was, he didn't really do much damage in a lot of the rounds. He controlled him a lot. It was close. It was a very good fight. Very good grappling exchanges and scrambles. But Nathan Fletcher, he got the third round. He got the third round with the end of it. He landed a nasty spinning back elbow. He landed knees in the clinch, knees to the face. He was landing the knees to the face the whole fight. They were here. They were there for him free. But let's actually break down the whole card fight by fight, starting with the first fight of the night, where Guram Kutateladze got fucking dominated by Kouei. With Ilya and Hamzat in your corner, bro. Oh my God, they hate you now, bro. I mean, I know corners really don't do anything significant, just advice and like good advice. That's really all they can do, but man, got dominated, lost all 3 rounds, maybe won the third, came back a little in the third, turned it on, was marching forward a little less afraid. He must have realized I need to finish really badly because Kouei was just boxing him up, calf kicking him up. His kicks were the highlight of this fight. Kouei's calf kicks, his body kicks, his front kicks up the middle, was throwing head kicks as well, just everything, all right? His kicks looked the best I've ever seen them. He was really high output. Good counter boxing too. He wasn't really starting the exchanges with the hands, but he would counter hook Guram when he'd come in, just mumbling and bumbling forward, not really doing a whole lot of nothing. Guram kind of just marched forward and stood there and just looked at him. Didn't really do much of highlight. Guram also got dropped with a calf kick in the second round, the first 30 seconds of it. Dude, why? There should have been finishes in this fight, okay? Why are you getting top position? Let him get up and just kick him in the leg again. The ref's going to stop it if he falls again. I don't understand. So many fights were fumbled. The finishes were completely fumbled on this card. There should have been 3 TKOs. But these fighters, instead of letting the fighter back up after dropping them, they're just like, oh, let me get top position and get my hands held and not being able to do anything. Literally nothing. All that happens is they get top position and then they get their wrist controlled and they fold the finishes. It's unfortunate. IQ really is a problem with these fighters, man. They just don't they just fumble. It's unfortunate. I get it. Heat of the moment, you're like, okay, I'm going to go for the safer option. Instead of letting them up where they could knock me out, I'm just going to get top position and control them. But you could get the finish, man. You can't risk that shit with these judges these days, all right? Next, we had Nathan Fletcher versus Colan. Nathan Fletcher should have won, okay? I think I'm remembering this right. He lost the first round because he just got taken down and wasn't grappling first like he should have. He's a good grappler. He was just trying to strike and then got pushed up against the cage, and Colan was able to pick him up because he's so short and stocky and strong, and just throw him over his shoulder, get top position. Not really do too much with it, but the exchanges that were on the feet were not really significant, so I think Colan won the first round. But then Nathan Fletcher dominated the second round, was able to win the grappling exchanges, get top position, outstrike him on the feet, damage him. But he has no chin. He has an iron chin. He's not going to get KO'd, okay? He just eats everything he throws at him. But then in the third round, Colan is controlling him early, okay? He's controlling him early. The first half of the third round, he's controlling him. And then Nathan Fletcher controls him for a little bit, and then they're on the feet for the last 2 minutes exchanging. Nathan Fletcher is the only one landing significant damage. It is close. I'm not going to say this was a robbery, but Nathan Fletcher should have won, so it's kind of a robbery, you know. I just think the last 30 seconds especially, the spinning back elbow, the knees to the face, the knees to the body, that won him that round. It was the most significant damage of the round. And yeah, he probably outputted him in the 2 rounds he won as well. So I think Nathan Fletcher should have won the second 2 rounds. Unfortunate. Judges don't score on damage for some reason. They're just so inconsistent with it. It makes no sense. Next, we had the girls to save the card to get the first finish. It was a submission where Banner got head kick dropped. Bad. She was concussed bad. And then instead of letting her back up, once again, these fighters get top position, risking getting subbed, instead of just letting them back up and KO them on the feet while they're hurt, okay? She gets in her guard after dropping her bad, and then just gives her the submission. She realizes her head is getting caught in a triangle at the speed of a snail. The submission was happening so slowly. It took so long. And she knows it's happening, but in her mind, I don't know why this retarded-ass Indian... Indians are retarded, bro. I'm sorry. They can't win in the UFC. They always get finished and folded. They fold, man. India needs a win, okay? They get disrespected too much, and I'm disrespecting them right now, but they deserve it right now. Okay, Tomar, you should have won this. I picked Bannon, so I'm happy she got it, and good on her. She got a really good armbar submission after getting almost finished. Good comeback win from her. Yeah, we're moving on. Next, we had a boring-ass fight where Christian Leroy Duncan got a 30-27 over Polyoyev. Polyoyev ran the whole fight, didn't exchange, was scared shitless the whole fight. I mean, Christian Leroy Duncan is a very wild fighter. You need to be scared of him. You need to, believe in his feints. But at the same time, you can't just back up the whole fight and throw nothing but shitty calf kicks and jabs, you know? He just did nothing. Was on the back foot the whole fight. Christian Leroy Duncan just boxed him up, hurt him really bad at the end of the fight, almost finished him, but not quite. Took a bit too long to turn it on. Good performance by him, but it was very boring. Next, we had Marcin Tybura take another O. Another fucking donut is eaten, okay? Mick Parkin lost. I thought he lost. I thought Marcin won the first and the third because he got controlled a lot of the second and outboxed in the second as well. But Marcin Tybura outstruck him. He didn't even get any really takedowns to land ground and pound, which is usually his thing. Bro got outstruck by Marcin Tybura, which is not that bad of a thing. I said Marcin would win. He's overhated. He's really good, underrated a bit. But he didn't even win with his strongest point. He out kickboxed him, you know? His cardio looked a lot better. Mick Parkin, I thought, wasn't as fat, but he got out gas tanked by Marcin Tybura, who has a big old belly on him. So I don't know what to think anymore. I knew Mick Parkin was overrated. I picked against him. He got outboxed. He got out kicked. Marcin Tybura was landing really good body kicks. He was also going to the body a lot, making that a point in this fight. Big uppercuts to the body kicks, throwing head kicks that missed most of the time. And just nice stiff jabs. You know, he just slightly won this fight on output and damage, I'd say. Mick Parkin, Another undefeated prospect, especially at heavyweight, is gone. It's just, dude, that's 2 back-to-back. Wasn't it Renato Diniz who he beat before this? Bro, oh my god. Marcin Tybura is just denying all these undefeated prospects. It's a problem. Next, we had Kavanaugh beat Felipe dos Santos by clear decision. He won the second 2 rounds, lost the first. Felipe he just allows people to take him down too much. Not saying Kavanaugh isn't a good wrestler, and his takedowns were really good. A few of them were just from pure strength, getting the hand locks, picking him up, and throwing him over his shoulder, which he let him do, kind of. Unfortunate, because he won the first round, he looked good, but then he just gassed. Like, Dos Santos is really good, but he's probably going to get cut now. That's his 3rd loss in a row. No wins in the UFC, I'm pretty sure. Not the best look. Like, he's losing to really good people. Manel Cap, Lima, and now Kavanaugh. All really good people, but maybe they give him one more shot. He gasses, man. He's not the same fighter in the second or third rounds that he is in the first. It's a problem. You know, I don't know what to do about it. I don't know, man. He's really good, but just not good enough. All right, Kavanaugh looked really good. Some of the most vicious ground and pound I've ever seen in flyweight. Just devastating. You know, usually it's really hard for flyweights being really short and stubby to control the guy and land big looping hooks and ground and pound shots while they have top position, but he was able to do it. Really good wrestler. Was really smart about getting his neck out of the guillotines that were threatened. Really good performance by him. Had a nasty cut on his forehead too, which was making him look badass as fuck. And yeah, good performance by him. I thought he would lose. I picked against him here, I'll be honest, but he looked really good. Next, we had Jai Herbert lose to Chris Padilla. Another right pick for me. I thought Chris Padilla would just outdamage him, which he did. Very shit fight. So bad. So low output. Both guys just standing on the outside of each other, being plotty as fuck, not wanting to commit to anything. Yeah, honestly, you probably could score it for Herbert. I'm not really sure. I kind of looked away the halfway point of the fight. It was just so boring, so low output, just a waste of time. Next, we had Nathaniel Wood beat Cherrier by decision. Just, dude, another fucking finish fumbled, man. There could have been 3 TKOs in this fight, or this fight card. But Wood clips him in the first 10 seconds of the fight, clips him bad, and then another 10 seconds later, he drops him bad. Bad, like, dude, I knew Morgan's defense was bad, but I didn't know it was that fucking bad, okay? Just having his chin up for the taking, all right? Hands down, like an idiot, all right? Morgan's really big for the division, really powerful, fast, good kicks, but I just knew he would lose this. I picked against him. He has 10 losses already in his career. I've seen him lose to worse people. I just thought his gas tank would not hold up, and he would just not be able to outdo Wood. And I was right. Wood outboxed him, outkicked him, outputted him, just everything. So after he got dropped, after Morgan got dropped, he controlled him for the first round, the whole rest of the first round, which annoyed me because Morgan just, instead of following up again with the dropping of Morgan, he goes for the control and gets his wrist controlled so he's not able to do anything and allows him to recover. Again, man, one of these fighters going to learn. Just go for ground and pound. If you land a good amount of shots, whether concussed, the ref's probably going to stop it. So, good win from Wood, but again, low IQ. Next, we had Chris Duncan sub Jordan Vucenic. Holy shit, this is insane. I picked Chris Duncan as well. I'm just saying, man. Just saying. All right. Chris Duncan, man. I thought he would knock him out. He dropped him bad in the first round, like the first minute of the fight, and then almost subs him in the first. And then I forget if it was in the second or the third, but just out grapples the jiu-jitsu nerd easily the whole fight and then subs him. He made the jiu-jitsu nerd tap. I knew Jordan was overrated. I knew, like, the odds were crazy on this fight. He was like a minus 400. Chris Duncan was like a plus 400 something. Insane. All right. Chris Duncan was clearly going to win this. Like, this guy's not UFC level. Fuck out of here. All right. Got a UFC tat for no reason. Okay. Easy win by Chris Duncan. Then we had the meatball retire. Good riddance. No one gives a fuck. Thanks. You lost me $600 as well, meatball. Fuck you. Then we had Kevin Holland actually get a comeback win. All right, good for him, man. I picked Gunnar Nelson. Good for you, Kevin. All right, you got good on you, kid. Let's see if he can stay at 170 and actually go on a win streak. Let's see. All right. He won this fight, almost finished him multiple times, almost got finished as well in the third, almost got subbed. Oh my god, that would have been hilarious. But yeah, good performance by Kevin Holland. You just outstruck him on the feet, threatened submissions off his back that really didn't lead to anything again, refuses to try to get up, like, instead of throwing up these dumb arm bars that never work. I don't see him going on a win streak. I see him losing his next fight to most people in the division. Maybe he goes up to 185 and fights another bum. I don't know. Like, Gunnar Nelson's not a bum. It's a good win, but in reality, he's inactive, he's old, barely fights, has one toe in the fight game. So, good win, but I thought Gunnar Nelson would sub him, and he didn't. Unfortunate. Next, we had Carlos Ulberg beat Jan Blachowicz. I know a lot of people were picking Jan in this one, huh? Nah. All right, and I'm seeing a lot of robberies cries, a lot of big robbery cries. Jan did not win this fight, man. He looked bad. He looked really low output. He looked gassed in the third with this low output. The calf kicks were landing, but they weren't really hurting Carlos. They didn't really affect his movement. He did kind of run the whole fight. It was kind of like a Zalal type performance where he runs away on the back foot the whole fight, landing jabs, landing decent kicks. On the outside, just outdoing Jan slightly, outputting him slightly. Okay, I don't think Carlos ever gets the belt, but I thought he would win this, and he did. Unfortunate. I wanted Jan to win really badly. Be another big upset by Jan, because usually Jan's that guy. Usually he's the guy to upset these up and coming contenders while he's in his 40s, which is insane. But not today. And I knew he wouldn't. I just knew Carlos was too fast, too explosive, too just crafty. All right. Jan is probably the more crafty guy, but didn't work. Next, we had Leon get subbed. Back to the drawing board, bud. All right. You didn't pull this one out the fire. All right. There's not much to say here. A very boring fight up until the sub, which everyone knew this fight would be boring. Just a lot of control time. And yeah, I picked Brady because he's just a worse Bilal. He's just a worse version of Bilal, and he still got it done. Same game plan, same type of style, just dominant wrestling, big, strong takedowns where he just lifts him up, throws him down, controls him, threatens submissions, usually doesn't get them, but today he gets it, and that's surprising. I thought it would be a decision. Leon's a really hard guy to sub. I thought his jiu-jitsu was a lot better than this, but I guess he was just really caught off guard by getting dominated in the grappling. Yeah. I'm not going to say fraud check, but I think Leon's going to go in a downward spiral. Like, it depends who he fights. If it's a mid-striker who can't really grapple, or even a decent striker who can't really grapple, I can see him winning. Like, who? Who would I see him winning against? Maybe if he fought, he could maybe beat Buckley, like, by decision. He would never finish Buckley. But I could also see Buckley knocking him the fuck out. So, I don't know. I don't know what's next for him. Probably a good 7 months off. Back to the drawing board, bud. That was the whole card. UFC London, kind of a letdown. It's so weird. The really fire fight nights on paper always end up disappointing, while the dog shit Apex ones have 10 finishes in a row. It's truly mind-boggling. But yeah, that's the whole card. I'll see you guys in the next one.